Hello everyone out there in the MMO development class. Here we are for session number 2, and joining us we've got Zach Parrish.
Hey, how's it going?
Myself, Jason Busby, and also, I know he does not currently have voice, but yeah, he does. Lee, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you know?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good deal. Okay, so I would assume that everybody's able to hear us okay, just for the simple fact that Lee can hear us.
That's right, and if he can, everybody should be able to.
So, for the moment, I have pulled the question section up, and everybody should be seeing it. Feel free to use this as the chat area for the time being. I hate to say that, but apparently webinar does not offer the ability for everyone to chat. I can just chat with you guys on a private basis. The Teaminar, whatever, or the training one,
Yeah.
and the go to meeting. Yeah, go to training, go to meeting. Those both will allow you to chat. Well, everybody could chat. Yeah, if you want to go over to the IRC and jump into the MMO, that's absolutely fine. At the moment, though, by leaving this up, I'm actually capturing this. So for those of you that were not able to jump in, you can watch the what's taking place up here anyways with chat stuff. So, hey Jason, you smell. Yeah.
You know, I used to kick students out of my classroom for saying
but
stuff like that.
It's NATO.
I know, so I mean, he should have already been kicked out. I don't know why he's still here.
Oh no. Also, you've made me turn to energy drinks. I never drink them.
You do now.
Oh man, I feel sorry for you.
Welcome to the dark side.
Yeah, no kidding.
The quick, easy path. That's what I'm talking about.
So, what a depressing day for me.
You have not had a good day.
No, I honestly have not had a good day.
I'm trying to get you to lighten up about it.
I know. We spent about 8 hours last night with Nelson.
You really did.
Going over RavenDB, discussing various things, everything from just general design to
where to get it, what it looks like, how to use it,
to Nelson going down to the rock quarry and destroying tuna cans.
Oh yeah, there was that.
So it wasn't
soup cans.
And soup cans, yes. So it wasn't stuff that was needed to be recorded. But once we had a general direction of what we wanted to do as far as the exploration of RavenDB, then we fired up recording and we went at it. And it turned out absolutely beautiful. It was an hour and a half of content, and of course everybody knows at the pace in which Nelson delivers content, that means it was about 3.5 hours.
We got him to slow down pretty well. He was okay, all things considered.
Okay, so it was about 3 hours and 25 minutes
all right, fine,
worth of content.
Fine.
And
but he used WinForms. That's what blew my mind.
One of the things that I was researching yesterday was why TeamViewer, Camtasia decided not to capture the mouse with the most recent run of videos. I mean, we've been using Camtasia for 10 years now, and that's not been an issue before. So, needless to say, with everything that I was doing, and by the time we got finished recording, what was it, 3 in the morning?
Oh, try closer to 4.
Lose track of time. Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah, because
I spent about 30 minutes with Nelson on some other stuff afterward, and we didn't wrap up until close to 5.
Yeah, that's true. So, anyways, when I saved these videos, they were I saved them in AVI format, and that was just my stupidity. I was tired, and I know Nelson's been a bit bummed by this, as Zach conveyed to me a little bit earlier, and I very much
nowhere near as bummed as you are.
Yeah, I hate that Nelson was bummed by it, and I told Zach to tell Nelson that I would just handle doing these videos again myself.
Tell them what happened.
Well, for those of you that don't know, we have 2 different formats in which we can save with. We can save with the AVI container, or we can save as a CamRec. And with the CamRec, what it does is it basically records all system audio on one audio track, and then it records the line in on another audio track. So with that, we have anyone who's talking on Skype that's being processed through system sound being captured as well. Saving out as an AVI, we lose that other audio track, meaning we lose everything Nelson was saying.
Everything from system beeps and sound effects to Nelson's
voice.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and it was such a great little app, and
it will be again.
Oh, and it will be again.
It will be again. We've been through it now. It'll actually be a smoother video. So in the end,
but that's just it.
Yeah.
It was a smooth set of videos.
It'll be smoother.
It was some of the best ones Nelson has done yet.
When have we ever had to re-record where the video hasn't turned out better?
I'll share that with you afterwards, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that."
Oh,
but we'll do that off camera.
All right.
But I was very.
Was it one that I did?
No.
Oh well, good.
I was very excited to share with you guys that we had another set of videos that were going to be uploaded. When I got up this morning, first thing I did is I went over to the encoding station and started, putting in all of the goodies to get it going. And I went back and just always confirmed the audio, and it's like, where's Nelson? Nelson's gone. And then I realized
what you had done. Oh, the expletives that wafted over from that end of the room.
Yeah. I don't even think there was... Well, yeah, actually there was. My bad.
Yeah, dude. Seriously. Because I had my music cranked up. I'm just in typey-type storyland having a good old time, and I just hear multiple F-bombs start coursing through my speakers. It was great.
Yeah. So anyways, Nelson has already said that he would be more than happy to sit down and do all of that again, because I really wanted you guys to see that stuff. This was my first true exposure to RavenDB and working with a document database as opposed to a relational database. I've always worked with a relational database, always. So I mean, it's cool, new technology for me. So that allows me to ask questions and to get to explore new stuff. And I was really digging the way that it was all laid out and the way that RavenDB works. Very intriguing to me. So I want for you guys to see this. So anyways, that's the first thing. But don't worry, it'll be fixed tonight.
It'll be fine.
So a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about. Number one, for those of you that pointed out over in the MMO class about the mouse missing on Lee's R&D videos, man almighty, I am...
What, you guys don't see it? It's there.
No, it's not there. I don't know, for whatever reason, why Camtasia decided not to capture it. Now, Lee does have a theory, right, Lee?
Yeah. I was unmuted because my dog was going nuts. But, yeah, I'm wondering if the script that when you click inside of the Unity window and it takes over and hides that mouse cursor, I'm wondering if that's breaking Camtasia. Because usually the mouse cursor is hardware controlled. I'm wondering if it's disabled there.
You know, I thought about that. And now, of course, I know that you ran your framework when you first moved it over before we started recording anything, and so of course you were checking the mouse then. I just don't know if that causes a problem, but from this point forward, I told Zach that there is we've just got a new rule, and that's nothing's recorded to AVI anymore. So using the using Camrec, we'll make sure we capture all of the mouse data, so that if we want to go back and do any sort of emphasis on the mouse or clicks or anything like that, we can, and the data would be there, since the AVI was we got Gavin says, please boot me out as well of the MNR. The app crashed. No, Pez, don't boot you, Gavin.
I say boot them both just to be safe.
Do you?
Yeah. You can't be too careful.
But it's okay. You know, the mouse not showing up resulted in me doing a new grid with the winding orders, and apparently people have started using it as their background wallpaper. They liked it so much.
Oh, Andrew. And speaking of Mr. Wallpaper Man, there's Andrew right there. Beautiful picture on the MMO forum. Yeah. It is a, oh, good heavens, Gavin. It was very nice of you, Lee, to take the time to put that up. And in all honesty, we know you're an ass, Zach. In all honesty, we've been doing this for 10 years, and when I go back and check stuff that's being sent off to be encoded, I check audio. I don't check the mouse because we've never had an issue with the mouse before.
Well, who amongst you out there doesn't take your cursor for granted on a day-by-day basis? Come on.
Yeah, don't worry. From now on, we'll be paying attention to that as well.
Well,
so
I did a lot of hand gestures during that whole training set, but I swear
Did you?
I was using the mouse when I was pointing out the vertices.
So let's see. Andre, is that how we pronounce the name?
Why not? Looks good to me.
Yes, sir. Hello, Andre. Hey. Yeah, you're a little low, but I can hear you.
All right. Well, anywho, my take on it was that you were trying to show us the question form earlier where we post questions, but we only see the nice shade of blue.
Oh, you don't see the question? I'm glad you pointed that out. Well, hang on a second. Gavin, I'm about to promote. How do I pronounce your name? Andre?
Yep.
I'm about to promote Andre over you, Gavin, because he's telling me very important stuff, and you're failing. Hang on. Let me see if this. We'll go over into the IRC and let me join.
They're seeing the desktop.
Yeah, apparently so.
That's awesome. I wonder which desktop. There's only like 7 of them.
So.
I can see the IRC window now.
Haha.
Oh, wacky. So the webinar just doesn't pick up those
Yeah,
windows.
so apparently it's. Well, we'll just move this out of the way.
That's hilarious.
Hey, guys, there you go. Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Andre, for pointing that out, because Gavin had totally failed to do so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and throw you back on mute, but thank you again, okay, sir?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, that was absolutely awesome. Hello to all of you guys out there. I thought everybody was seeing what everybody was saying as it scrolled by, and well, that's okay. I was just wanting to capture chat while we're spending some time with you guys, and when Zach's reading through the story. Again, if people are having things to say, then you've got a place here to say it. Now that does mean that there may be people out there that do not have an IRC client running. So you could switch channels with the one on 3D Buzz, though, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just jump on that one.
/join.
Yeah,
/join
/join space pound MMO.
Or hash, whatever you call that.
And that'll get you over here. So
yeah.
Dark Mobius, no. How do I join the IRC? No.
By shutting down your computer and kicking it over.
And then pouring coffee in it. It makes it happy.
Yes.
So, anyways, good. Everybody is able to see now. NATO, how is Megan doing? She says she feels just a little bit better today, which is great news. Because yesterday, when I thought she was feeling a little bit better, I was still mistaken. She's had a very rough time after this last chemo run, but she's a trooper and awesome. That's all I can say. So let me go ahead and I guess maximize this. Give everybody something nice and big.
Might as well. We'll give everybody room to cram all the random stuff they're going to say in there.
And thank you very much, Andrew. Do appreciate that. So anyways, now getting back to what we're talking about, and everybody can see everybody in here. So the mouse issue, everything's being recorded with CamRec from now on, so the mouse data should be there, and I will from now on specifically be looking for the mouse. In case it's not, then I can take further actions inside of Camtasia Studio. Video quality was something else that has popped up recently, and I concur that there needs to be a newer player that's used. That one has been used for some time. Look at that. Harljan says that the Unity fundamental video. So I wonder, Lee, if it's just something to do with Unity as a whole.
Well, so I had seen it pop up on a few videos in the Unity class. I had written it off because of some of the stuff we were doing with the camera system in terms of hiding the mouse cursor away.
Well, I know the mouse is going to disappear. That's part of what that mouse lock feature does, is it makes the mouse disappear while I'm inside of Unity. Then I hit escape, and it should come back.
Right, and see, Niels right now is saying that he doesn't think it's Unity because it also happens in Photoshop. True, but it happens in Photoshop
with Unity running in the background.
Right, Unity's already running, and when Unity's hidden that mouse out, I don't know, because that's the only time that we've seen this happen. Also, Mr. MJ Mac 87 says that for the record, the quality of the webinar is tons better than last week. Well, that's awesome to hear, because we have there's like 79 people in the class right now, so that's about the same as last time. That's very cool. And Raven asked Buzz, can you put a blue circle around the mouse pointer? I can, but it looks horrible. I hate that.
Yeah.
How about I just make sure there's a mouse there from now on? I just don't like the big circle.
No, I don't either.
Just see, prototype, and I haven't seen you forever. I just saw you started posting just recently. It's nice to see you back over at the site. No circle. That's right.
There you go.
It's so ugly, but thanks a lot for the.
Only if the circle can be huge, spinning, and burning.
Like rims.
There you go.
Rims on fire.
Yeah, there you go. Like spinning rims.
Spinning fire rims in Detroit.
Heck
awesome.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, I hope you don't mind, for those of you that are very serious about every single thing you do in life, and you're in the classroom now, you may find that you don't like the format. I feel like I have to point this out, because I also had to point this out back in the old days of the Renaissance Center.
I was going to say, I feel like you're just reliving old times.
Yeah.
You'd always come into the classroom and we
always spend the first
10 minutes.
Yeah, for first 10-15 minutes it's nice being able to hang out with the students and just kind of talk with everybody and get a feel for how things are going, and as questions are being tossed in, try to answer things as fast as we can, and then we'll get cruising with what we want to do for today here in just a moment. But I just need it for those of you that are going, why are we having all this chit chat? There are people like that, so that is why.
Well, it also gives latecomers a chance to get in.
It does. It does.
Like
Derek, and I saw just a few minutes ago that he has made it into the classroom, so that's fantastic. So I did see that I think it was Big Chuck just asked a second ago about Visual Studio 2010, is that required?
No, but it'll surely help.
Yeah, I'm trying to scan back through. Suddenly I just cannot read anymore. But thank you very much. Yeah, there it is. Isn't necessary. What would I do without you, Zach?
I don't know. You wouldn't have somebody to point stuff out on the screen, I guess.
Not to read, for starters.
Yes.
But yeah, Visual Studio 2010 Express, which is free, will work absolutely well. But Big Chuck, DreamSpark, that program by Microsoft, they have loosened the requirements so much that I'm sure Mr. Segfault, who I do believe is there he is in there, can help you out. But with the old WebSpark thing, I'm pretty sure you can get your hands on Visual Studio 2010 Professional. As a matter of fact, any of you that are in the class right now, you may want to take a look at the whole DreamSpark thing, or WebSpark. I don't know where I'm getting DreamSpark from, but anyways,
that's what it was called for the collegiate level.
Oh, gotcha. So I'm not going crazy.
There's Dark Mobius. Reading is overrated, which is exactly why we haven't put up our copy of the story right
And
now.
it's why Zach's going to be reading it to you guys in just a few minutes.
I could just launch into a massive diatribe on how nobody reads anymore, and we're just all going to get fundamentally dumber because of it.
I so love how the story's going now, even though this is just to what we're calling iteration 1. For me, it's really going to be iteration 1C or 1D, so there's going to be some parts that I haven't heard, which is really cool. But we've been
Sounds like the designation of the Enterprise, doesn't it?
we've just been so crazy busy over the past week, and I do want to point out real quick, we're only a week into the class, and I'm really happy with how things are going, because with Lee here last week, a lot of time was actually spent with ADP, getting a lot of that wrapped up. Lee
it's
and
like 98% done.
and Zach were working around the clock. So much so that Zach even got Lee involved with recording, so that things that Lee worked on, he could talk about. Things that Zach was doing, he could talk about, to streamline and to push it forward quickly, which is awesome, because we're wanting to get that behind us, and we want to get Zach on board full time, so that this MMO thing becomes our primary focus. It's very important to me, and it'll just make the whole class so much more exciting, in my opinion, by doing that. So yeah. Anyways, let's see what else we have coming in.
Oh yeah, people who, I think, at least in the United States, I don't know if it's rolling around.
Rick the Blade, he's so awesome. Can we just download the contents you guys, mine, so we don't have to do the course?
I think that'd be great, as long as I could force an upload on several different people, so that I could just kind of take over their bodies and get them to do the work while I go to Bon Air. I mean, if you can download, you should be able to upload.
Yeah, I'm very pleased at the at how things are going, and I'm also very happy to see that there's a lot of you out there that are happy with the way we're approaching the R&D stuff.
At least they get to see it.
Yeah, I mean, because and I've said this before, I'll say it again, and that is, when we hit record, if we screw up, if we say something that makes us look like an idiot, it's just real life. If we were in a real classroom, then
I say stuff that makes me look like an idiot all the time.
And so did I. It's not like you can say, "Oh, hang on, guys, Control Z." All right, so let's just move forward, and or everybody leave the room. Everybody leave the room. Come back in, and we're going to start class all over again.
That's right.
And go from there. So, but anyways, I did see a question that went by. Oh yeah, now what is that? Dragagon, yeah. Says, let's just pause the video here. Now, he's correct about that. If we are simply going to be scrolling through a whole lot of code looking for something, there's no reason for the... we're not trying to bloat the hour count on the class, without a doubt. So it's just a matter of hit pause and find out what the heck went wrong. And generally, it's something really stupid we did. But then we come back and tell you we did something really stupid. Because like Prototype says, some fixes take forever. That is so true. Like the night that Nelson forgot to include virtual in one of his classes that the ORM needed to pick up.
I ended up
and
going
handle.
to bed.
Yeah, well, we ended up redoing that entire video, but by the time Nelson found that, which was an hour and a half later, I have never heard Nelson that deflated and upset before.
Yeah.
And it was just something silly. These things, they happen.
Well, I sat there for about an hour while we tried to fix it, and I was just like, all right, I have to go to bed, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm dying.
That's real world.
Yeah.
But I do like the real world stuff, because, like, when Lee was presenting some of his stuff the other day, like with his framework and things like that, it did allow me to ask questions here and there, since it was, even though part of it is how I was doing simple game, then he had his own setup for stuff, and, well, it allowed me to jump in and ask questions, because I'm getting to see it for the first time, which is pretty helpful. And poor Nelson, last night, lots of questions for him. Damn it, that I now know the answers to. So, where does the bad mouse kick in? Tom, there is no mouse. At all. I'm sorry.
Just forget about the mouse.
I'm trying, man. Those videos, the mouse, they're gone forever. Okay, so posting of GMT time. Zach wanted to slap me earlier when I told him this.
I do.
And he's going to want to again. I did have a request, actually a couple of requests, and one of them is from a student that is in the class right now that PM'd me in regards to, could I please put up GMT times when we do the class. And I promise you guys, I will make my best effort just for you guys to put the time up. Okay? And Andrew, I already saw where you said proper time earlier. If I wasn't so darn busy today, I would have said you were probably right. But I didn't want to invest the time in giving you the time of day. So anyways,
I get that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's so funny. He usually comes into work as because he checks in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they use Facebook to clock in and clock out of work for some reason. But it's pretty funny some of the times that I see him clocking in. Oh, look at that. Malware bites, man.
It keeps nailing Skype. It'll keep doing that.
Yeah, it's the bomb.
It does that all the time when we're on the radio show.
Yes, it does. But anyways, which I guess now that Derek did make it here, I can go ahead and close.
I guess he could be included.
Could close all of this out. Quit.
No more
There.
Skype.
Fixes that problem. But anyways, and Artanis, I did see that that other thread with the MMO class scheduling, which I thought was awesome because you guys were all being very helpful.
I know. See, they were doing it.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I liked the best.
I'll do my best to remember.
Because you need more things to think about, not less.
So those were the big things that I needed to mention to you guys. And we're not going to turn tonight into a 5-hour class. And you're right, Niels. I'm definitely slacking. I'm sorry. I'll try to improve. But and you're welcome to beat me if I don't. But anyways, outside of those things that I wanted to talk about, the actually, my apologies. Let me go back to the video quality for 1 second.
Knock yourself out.
I've switched over to a higher resolution that I am encoding and putting up for streaming, and the player that we're using that I have heavily modified for 3D Buzz, and it took a significant amount of time for me to do that, is something I don't want to revisit at the moment. I completely agree that I need to spend a little bit of time and get it up to speed. But again, it comes down to a lot of work that needs to be done internally, and I just haven't had the time.
The funny thing is as you pointed out earlier today, it's not consistent across every monitor.
It's not. Yeah, that's another interesting thing, because on my monitor over here, if I tear it off, or excuse me, not tear it off, but if I maximize
right,
it,
if you go full screen with it,
it's perfectly clear on mine. And on Zach's, of course, as many of you guys have seen, there are issues with it.
Yeah, some blurring that takes place.
Right. And
now you have on your screen, your monitor is a widescreen format, and mine's standard 4:3. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know if it's the native resolution it's running at.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. Now, I did see a question about why don't we just write ours from scratch. Would absolutely love to. It comes down to time. You know, we start with the JW Flash Player, which is very well proven. Their newest code base supporting HTML5 is something I definitely want to get moved over to, because hey, then we can finally have iPad, iPhone, and all that good stuff as far as streaming and playback goes on different devices, which will be awesome. It's just a matter of time. And in the meantime,
why don't you just code one from scratch, though, man?
Because JW Flash Player has been proven. It has a large number of features in it that I've been able to take advantage of, and then with my code base for handling security, encryption, etc.
I'm sorry, but we're coding an entire MMO from scratch. I don't see why a Flash Player is any kind of a concern at all.
Flash Player is boring. MMO is not boring.
That's going to be my response to everything now. If anybody has a question, well, just code one from scratch.
But and RHM, as far as no content protection with HTML5, surely. Actually, I do have some ideas for content protection, but there's a whole new system, as a matter of fact, that Nelson and I have been discussing recently.
You're going to code it from scratch?
Shut up. You know, seriously, just shut up. But anyways, it comes down to time. As a reminder, it's just Lee, Zach, myself, And when Nelson's not exhausted, Nelson at night, generally late. And that's not a lot of people. NATO is screaming at me, what's the connection count right now? We've got 78 people in the class. So is everything okay, I hope?
Because if something happens, we're going to have to take the webinar system and code our own from scratch.
I hear you. Okay.
Sorry, I'll quit.
So let's see. So to finish up the video quality thing, damn it, Zach. The video quality thing, if when you maximize it is blurry because the scaling algorithm that JW Flash Player from that particular version uses is just, well, crappy.
Yes.
Do a tear off, double click on the splitter bar on the left hand side to hide away the list of videos, and then resize it however you want manually, drag it over to another monitor. It is very sharp, and since those are being recorded at what is it, 1280 by 800, and then I think right now the reason you're seeing the black bars is because they get dropped down to 1280 by 700, maintaining aspect ratio, so that throws black bars in there, though I will probably actually go over to 1280 by 800 just for us to test out, because there won't be no more black bars. Just make sure it doesn't add too terribly much to the meat of the file. But anyways, that will give you nice, sharp, on every monitor we've tried around here, video resolution. So, okay. Let's see. And I see NATO, so 76 members in Pound 3D Buzz. Oh, wow. That's impressive. And then we've got 71 in here, and in the actual class listening right now, we've got 78. So there's just a couple of people that have not joined into the IRC, if you guys want to. I'm not even looking over at the question thing right now, so we're just all kind of hanging out here in the IRC.
Oh yeah, one quick thing. When we do get around to asking questions, if any of you do reach over and you want to send us an actual question, please try to do that in the Q&A system, and then save your chatting for the IRC. Please don't confuse the two.
Yeah,
I beg you.
It would just make things easier when Zach goes through and answers questions. Okay, so now let's move on to where we are at the moment for the story. Zach and I discussed this yesterday. We had two options. We could just simply post the story and let you guys read it. But there are many of you that have signed up that we have talked with and we have clarified questions for.
Too long, didn't read.
Because you did not want to read the actual MMO article. And that's cool, because while Zach loves to read, I hate to read.
Yeah.
So I would have just scanned through the article myself looking for highlights and key things and then headed straight on over for signing up. But there are people that did not. Look at that. Mr. Wolf Knightley, he read it twice. Just got to appreciate that. That's awesome. But there are those of you that simply saw the article and said, holy crap, and then you closed the page and just went and signed up for the class. And,
yeah. Somebody they see the little acronym MMO and they already signed up.
Well, we discussed this yesterday, and we basically came up with the following conclusion. The classroom's not mandatory. So anything that we do in here, be it hanging out with you guys and answering questions or going over something very specific or a combination of both, at any point, if you want, you can just leave the classroom and then you can pick up and watch the video because, again, I'm recording this. You can watch the video later for anything that you may have missed that was important or ignore it altogether. So it works out really well for you guys. At the same time, this allows us to do things that go beyond just forcing you to read something. Zach, Lee, and myself spent a lot of time talking about the humans, and a lot of the backstory is now completely. Well, I wouldn't. It's not completed.
I think the groundwork is really, really nicely laid out. I think we've got a new direction. This does what I'm.
I want a damn movie for this.
Well, what I'm about to kind of go over really does make several different portions, though not everything, in our mind map a little on the obsolete side.
Yeah, not everything, but we did have an excellent post by
Robert.
Yeah,
Boss.
yeah, was it Boss? I was trying to remember the last name. But anyways, Robert made this post over there with some stuff taking place on Earth more around our time now, and he did such an awesome job with his writing that I really got into reading what he had to say and was able to visualize it, and I was like, man, I really, really like this.
I was just thrilled the Alethians weren't singing some sort of war dirge or something. I saw one of those, and yeah,
and
rough.
we've already been very clear with everyone. If you submit ideas and we like the ideas or become inspired by them, then hey, there's Robert.
Hey,
awesome.
here.
Hell yeah, I enjoyed it. It was an absolutely awesome read, and you're gonna hear the heavy inspiration at the beginning of this, thanks to you, sir. So I just wanted to make sure to give him mad props for inspiring us for a particular direction, because it allowed us to back all the way up to more of our time now, because I like how he took that approach. And we are going to go on a wild ride into the future, though.
Yeah.
But that's the idea. So we're going to be doing some reading. An earlier iteration of what we're calling iteration 1 for the humans, Angie loved the story so much that she asked Zach if he could please turn it into an audio MP3 for her that she could then take with her once the whole thing was done. It was really getting that interesting. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Zach. This is not just a paragraph or two.
No, it's about 7 pages at overview levels. And really, I was trying to smack my own hand and prevent myself from going into way too much depth. And yeah, so I guess there is some Zach spam coming, Segfault.
Hang on one second.
Yeah.
NATO does have a good point. He
Yeah.
says, you want to go ahead and break the video here since this was just general.
Sure.
Yeah, NATO, that's a good idea. So we'll go ahead and just stop the recording here, save this one out, and then we'll start back. So for those of you that want to jump in tomorrow, like let's say you're about to have to leave, because I know for many of you it's very late right now. Tomorrow you guys can hop right in and start listening with the story. So awesome idea.
It's a good update.
So thank you for those of you that were listening to this video, and that concludes it.